So I'm with Will, who's obviously the Labour candidate standing in South Thanet. He's been campaigning now a very long time, message of hope, taking on the politics of fear that Nigel Farage represents. How are you feeling about it at the moment? How's the campaign going?
Really, really positive. We're just making sure that we keep knocking on the doors, having conversations with people. It's so easy to get sucked into the will we win, is this poll ours? But actually elections are won by talking to people on the doorstep and most importantly listening. I don't think a lot of politicians do that these days, and I think the reason that we're competitive here, the reason we've got such a strong opinion and people feeling so positive about the campaign, we've gone back to basics. Knock on people's door, have a conversation with them, take forward their concerns.
And what's the response been like so far on the doorstep? How are you finding people responding to the messages you're putting across?
Yeah, really positive. I think one of the key defining features I've made in this campaign is I'm the only local candidate.
Of course, yeah.
And I've said that the Tory candidate and Nigel Farage have both parachuted themselves in, no links to the constituency whatsoever, and just said vote for me. And what I'm saying to people is, one of the symptoms of UKIP is that people feel frustrated with politics and they want something different. What I'm saying to them, the cure is not to parachute yet another politician in like Farage that will be very loud, that ultimately will achieve nothing for the constituency. The cure is to get a genuinely local candidate who will actually be a strong MP, stand up for the area, will be here fighting for more jobs, more nurses, more doctors, and making sure we get the investment we need. And I think that message is going down really well. I think people want to see that, and I think you've seen with the way that the media are now circling around this constituency that they're surprised by the strength of the Labour support here. So we've just got to keep pushing.
When you say Nigel Farage effectively parachuted himself in, why do you think he chose this constituency out of all the 650 constituencies in Britain? Why South Thanet?
Well, I think he knew wherever he went he'd be attacked as being a parachute candidate. And he thought here, at least he had the fact that he stood here in 2005 as a candidate to cling on to. And he said that over and over again whenever people challenged him. He said, oh, of course I have links to this constituency. I stood here in 2005. But that's not links. He doesn't live here, he doesn't work here, he's not bringing his family up here. The only time he's ever been interested in what the people of Thanet want is when he wants to get elected. So I think it was a misjudgment. I think he's starting to see that, and you start to see how the fact that UKIP are now closing down other parts of their campaign. The other day we had UKIP Thurrock and UKIP Essex down here in Thanet, and that's one of their other top targets. And that tells you a lot about how much they're worried about this seat. But you know, forgetting UKIP, we're running as positive a campaign as possible, making it clear that we're fighting locally on the issues and how we can actually improve Thanet and Sandwich.
So it is a kind of hope over fear, effectively. That's what you're trying to offer.
Yeah.
What will it mean if you win this seat? You're, as you say, you're a local boy and everything. What will it mean to you if on, and obviously you're not taking anything for granted, it's a campaign you're throwing everything into, but on election night, if you end up being elected as the Member of Parliament for South Thanet,
it will be the proudest moment of my life, because I will get to represent the area I was born, bred and lived my entire life and where I'm bringing my family up. And it will also be the first time since 1852 that Thanet's actually got a representative from Thanet.
Wow.
Which is quite a statistic. I don't think there's any other area in the country that has not had an MP from the area in that time. So, you know, you want to know one of the reasons why UKIP's targeted, they're trying to feed on that feeling of apathy, that feeling of discontent, when actually they are feeding it.
So this is a battle you're very confident you can win this?
Yeah, I think I've got the team around me. We have 100 people going out every single week, local people, action days like this where we've had, you know, over 200 people coming, helps to make a difference. But even if we weren't doing this, I would feel confident because I've got the team around me. They're genuinely local, not like the Tories and UKIP bussing people in from elsewhere. We're a genuinely local campaign and that makes a difference.
Fantastic. Cheers, Will.
Thank you very much.